Okay, as you can see, the pings have started working. That means the Palo Alto has initialized. Now let's move back to the Palo and try the putty once more. Okay, let's go here. Admin at the rate this and SSH auth credentials browse, and let's go to Palo Alto and open. Fingers crossed. Authenticating, and I feel like this is successful. Yeah, welcome admin, and we are inside the Palo Alto. Yeah, so if I say show interfaces management, we should see the management IP, which is the private one which we saw inside, right? Default gateway is 1-to-1. As I said, the AWS VPCs use the first IP as default gateway. Okay, now here first thing we need to do is to set the admin password, right, on the GUI side. So how do you do that? We just have to go into the configure option here, and then type the command set mgt hyphen config, and then users, and then the user basically is my admin, and then say password, right, and then question mark, enter. After entering, you will have to paste the password here twice. Oh, great. Done. We are all set for this now. We just need to copy this and access the GUI, like with the HTTPS. I know it is going to throw a certificate error. That is fine. Advance and proceed. And the GUI of the Palo Alto will ask you for the credentials, which is what we set right now, the password, right? So the username is admin and the password, whatever we have set, login. Okay, so we will close this welcome screen. Now you can see all the details of your Palo Alto firewall. What is the software version? This is running on PAN-OS 11.0 1.0 basically, and then click on this, and as I said, this is going to be a VM300 with a capacity of 9 GB and 16 GB is what we used, and the core is around 8. Okay, so we'll go back to the network section, and now as of now you can see here multiple interfaces, but on the instance side we only have one interface, if you remember correct. So we will have to create 3 more interfaces, one for the DMZ, one for the outside, one for the inside. Okay, and how this works is the first one, I mean, creation is not an issue. The way you attach it is what you have to keep on mind. The first interface that you attach with it will be always 1/1, which is going to be our inside, and then the next one is going to be 1/2, which is what we are going to put as DMZ, and then the third one is going to be outside 1/C. So in that order we will attach, like the inside, then the DMZ, and then the outside. Okay, so let's go ahead and create new interfaces here. All right, so we'll go, I think it is in the EC2. Yeah, network interfaces, we have only one. Let's just name this as MGMT. Okay, let's create more. This is going to be inside. Subnet is the inside subnet, this one, and keep as auto assigned. Or we can say custom, yeah, because we need the custom IP on the Palos, right? 192.168.10.10 is going to be our IP. Okay, and then that's it. I mean, we have to assign a security group here. For now, let's just assign this security group and create the network. So this is going to be my inside, right? Let's create one for the DMZ. Subnet is going to be the DMZ custom 192.168.30.30.10. This security group and create. Now we'll rename this as DMZ. Last but not the least is the outside. Okay, select the subnet is going to be outside, custom 192.168. This is going to be 68.20.10 security group, and create the network interface and then rename this as outside. Okay, so inside management, outside, and DMZ. Inside is 10 management, outside 20 DMZ. This is great. This is what we want. Now let's go and attach these interfaces to the Palo Alto firewall. Now for this I may need to reboot the Palo Alto, but let's check it. Our Palo is turned on right now, and let's go and attach the network interfaces to the instance. So if I go here on my instance, so 1/1 is going to be my inside, right? So I'll go here and select on the networking and say attach network interface, and then select my network interface, which is going to be inside. This is going to be my 1/1, and attach it. So one gone. Again, this time it is going to be my DMZ as 1/2, networking, attach, network, DMZ, attach. Okay, and now the third one, actions, networking, attach, Palo, outside, attach. Now if I go and refresh this, so all the network interfaces are on my Palo Alto. If I go here and check the networking, I should see now 4 interfaces. If I scroll down, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Correct? Inside, outside, DMZ, and the management. So that is what I want. Now I'll go here inside the Palo Alto GUI. We will have to set up the interfaces configuration, right? So we'll see how to do that, because we will not be setting up the static IP on the Palo Alto, because we have already done that on the subnet side. Now till the time this is getting loaded, I'll go back and I have to create a new uh, what do you say, security group, because we don't want anything to be blocked by the AWS firewall, which is called the security group, because that's what we don't want. We want Palo Alto to do this job, right? So we will allow everything on the security groups. Let's create a single security group which allows everything and attach it to all the interfaces. Okay, that's what we have to do. Now we'll go to the security group here. Okay, create a new security group called, let's say, allow all. Okay, create a new group here, and let's name this security group as allow all, and this uh, allows all traffic, just for the description. Now the VPC is my ZB Networks VPC, and all traffic through this is the outbound. I need to add an inbound rule which says all traffic uh, and the 00, and then create the group. That's it. Now we have to attach this group to all the interfaces. Okay, so we'll go here on the network interfaces. Now for the outside, I will click and actions, change security group. Okay, I will select this and I have allow all, add this and remove the old one and save it. So this is what you have to do it with other interfaces like the DMZ, actions, change security group, allow all, add, remove the old one and save it. Okay, and for the management I'll keep the same, because it's already allowing ping, SSH, and web GUI. That's what we want. Action and change security group. Name of the security group is going to be, why not allow? Oh, because it's already there. Okay, allow all. This is on what? outside. So outside, what about inside? Yeah, inside we have to change actions, security group, hello all, add, remove this and save. So we're done with this. Now one more thing that I is very important here is that is called the source destination check. Now what happens here in the AWS is whenever a traffic is received, right, by any interface, there's a source destination check, which means that the AWS uh, assumes that any traffic which is received from particular resource should have the source IP of that interface of that resource. For example, if there's an EC2 instance from where I am receiving a traffic, I should receive it from the interface that it is attached to me on that particular subnet. While in this Palo Alto case, what can happen is the source can be inside, right, inside PC, and then the Palo Alto outside interface will be sending traffic to the IGW, Internet Gateway, and that is where the source destination check will block the traffic. So we will have to disable that check on all the interfaces. So how do you do that? You just go to the interface, selected actions, and then you see change source destination check. Click here. You see it's enabled by default. Uncheck and save. That's all you have to do. Okay. Um, so we'll do this for all the interfaces. Make sure you don't forget this, as this is important for the lab to function properly. Do it on all the interfaces. Okay, so I've done on all the interfaces. Good. And go back. Now go to the PA here, and let's click on don't show this welcome screen. Close it. Now the way you configure this is a bit different here. Let's click on the Ethernet one, which is going to be my inside interface, right? So we're not going to statically assign it, but we are going to take it from the DHCP server. Okay, let's say this is my Ethernet 1/1, and I'll say this is my inside, right? And then type is basically the layer 3. IPv4 is going to be DHCP, and this is going to uncheck on the inside because the default gateway is provided by us through the route table, right? So I'll say after that advanced, and we will create a ping profile here just to test this interface. New management profile, let's say we can name this as ping prof and just select the ping and OK. That's all. Click on OK. So our inside is done. Likewise, we'll do the this is our going to be 1/2 is our DMZ. Okay, this is the DMZ. It's a bit slow, but you have to bear with me. Layer 3, IPv4, DHCP, uncheck automatic and OK. And last not the least is the 1/3. Okay, here we'll say this is our outside, Interface type is layer 3. Okay, now here we will select the DHCP, and here we will have to keep the both the options checked, because this is the outside and we want the default route to be pointing to the default gateway provided by the DHCP server uh, of the VPC subnet, right? So that is the thing here. Now we can also enable sorry, the management ping prof here, right? Just to check it, click on this. Now the last thing is that you commit the changes, and we will see if uh, the interfaces comes up. Okay, I'll just commit here, commit the changes. Okay, till the time this is getting committed, okay, this has failed. Okay, I forgot to mention the virtual router on all three interfaces, which is my mistake. uh, Ethernet 1/1, I'll click again. Yeah, I forgot it completely, my mistake. So here you have to specify the virtual router and the zones, which I completely forgot. Our virtual router is just default, and we will create a zone. So this is my 1/1 is my inside zone. Just name the zone as inside, and that is done. And then click on OK. Likewise, we will have to repeat the task on the ETH 1/2, which is going to be DMZ zone, and the default router, and the outside zone. Now this is a bit non-responsive, but you will have to be patient. Okay, the virtual router is going to be the default. Security zone is going to be a new zone called DMZ. Let's select DMZ. Okay, and okay. And the 1/3 also will specify the virtual router and the zone. So virtual router is gonna be default. Security goes zone is gonna be a new zone, which is called the outside. Click on OK, and then OK, and then we'll commit the changes. Basically commit here. Okay, till the time this is done, we got one more thing to take care about, is the routing table of the inside and the DMZ. We have to point that to the interface of the Palo Alto. Okay, so if you go back to the subnets, and let's move back to the routing table, basically routing table, and then we have the inside and the DMZ. Basically is what I'm worried about. Inside, if you see the route, yeah, you have the local route, but you don't have a default route. For example, the inside PC wants to talk to something on the internet, the default gateway has to be the Palo Alto, right? So you will say edit routes here, add the route, and you will say default route. Now here you will have an option to select interface, network interface, correct? We will select the inside of your Palo Alto. Save the changes, and the same goes for the routing table, which is the DMZ. Outside is sign as well as the management. So outside routes, sorry, the DMZ routes, edit, add a route, default route, going to be our network interface, and this is going to be the DMZ of the Palo Alto firewall. Save it. That's all we have to do here. We should be good here. Now, if I check here on the Palo Alto, I want to see the, okay, so I don't see this in green, so we will have to reboot the firewall because we attached the interface when the firewall was basically on. Okay, so if I go here and check the routing table, which is this one, this shows active. Good, that is good, but the Palo Alto itself is not showing the DHCP here. It should show the IP of the outside interface, inside interface, like we have configured through the subnets, right? So if you go on the virtual router like this, let's say you have more runtime stats, and we should be able to see the routing here, but we are not able to see because we will have to reboot the Palo Alto. Now we can do it both ways, from this as well as from the um AWS, but the better way should be doing through the Palo Alto GUI itself. So I'll go to the operations and then I will reboot the device. Okay, so let the device boot up and then I will continue with the topics. So for the time being, this is enough for this video, and in the next lecture what we will do is we will basically set up the inside PC, which is going to be a Windows server, and then we will check the rules and the NAT on the Palo Alto, what needs to be set up for the things to be working fine. Okay, so I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.